Still going live. Last time it said going live and we were live. Looks like we are live now. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today is all about Outschool and ongoing classes. And awesome panel today. We might actually have another one or two joining us. So super great to have you all. Thank you so much for joining again. Hey.
Hey.
Do you want to introduce yourselves? Oh, am I live, Kelly?
Now you are. Now you are.
Perfect.
Maybe there's a delay.
Perfect. Yeah, let us know in the chat. Can you hear us? Can you see us? And go ahead and introduce yourselves. I'll make sure we're up and running.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm teacher Mindy, and I work for VIPKid and Outschool. I've worked for Outschool for about 8 months. I primarily teach beginning reading courses that are semester-long courses, but I also do an ongoing course of Brain Break, and also I do some fun tea parties for girls.
Great. Somebody else?
I'm Kelly. I mostly work for VIPKid and Outschool, and I've been working for Outschool also for 8 months. I do mostly ongoing book clubs with a few one-time tea parties sprinkled in, and sometimes one-time book classes if a new book comes out. And I read the weekly report for VIPKid on Tuesdays.
Yes. I might miss the lives on Tuesday, but I never miss going back and listening to the reports.
Thanks.
Okay, somebody else?
All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's never no. We need a flag.
I know. Because I can't tell. I think they think the order is different for different people.
Well, go when you see Dino.
Well, that's why I usually just call somebody out, but you know.
Yeah. All right. So I'm Cindy B on Outschool, and I teach knitting on Outschool, finger knitting, a first grade math class, and I also teach bread making to teens, which I've taught a few of those classes, and I can teach just about anything. So I'm just trying to find where the students are and trying to get bookings with Outschool right now. So I've been teaching with them since, was it like August, I think. So maybe like 7 months or so.
Excellent. Good. Julie?
I always want to say, hi, I'm teacher Julie. How old are you? But when I say that in adult settings, that doesn't get such a great reaction. I've been teaching with VIPKid for a couple of years. Do the years ever blend in? Anyway, yeah, VIPKid for a couple of years. I've been teaching in classrooms and colleges for 195 years, and I have been teaching Outschool for, just like Mindy, for about 8 months. I teach public speaking classes, and with teens, I teach communication classes, public speaking classes. I'm going to be starting speech competitions on Outschool, and starting with mental health awareness, communication, conflict resolution with teens. So it's really fun.
Excellent. Hey, Rebekah.
Hi. Had to get my daughter settled. She's taking an Outschool class right now. So it's kind of nice letting her have her class in her bedroom, and I'll have this over here. And my husband's home today watching the baby, so that's really nice.
Nice.
I've been with VIPKid for 4.5 years now. They do blend in together because VIPKid is on contracts, not by school years, so it's hard to keep track of for sure. And I've been with Outschool since like June, so about 8 months as well. Getting some really good traction over there. It's nice to be able to teach during the day as well as early mornings.
Excellent. Very good. So, hey, Danny, thanks for joining. Danny said, hi, Casey and ladies. My question today is, I am having trouble redeeming Outschool referral credits for ongoing classes. I can't seem to find the class code that is needed to redeem. I have asked Outschool. I will let you know what I find out. Good to see your faces. Oh, does anybody know? I have no idea.
VIPKid makes the referral code so easy. There's the referral code, the referral link. Outschool is a challenge. There is if you go in the upper right-hand corner on Outschool and log into the dashboard, you can go into, if you click on your own icon, your own face, and scroll down, you can click on invite a teacher, and there will be a link that you can use and send somebody and post online or in social media, send it to someone else. They can click on that and sign up that way. If they have already signed up, you're out of luck. If they've already got an email, you can mentor someone, but you will not receive the cash bonus. If somebody has not signed up yet, but they want to use you as a referral, they can contact Outschool, send an email, and I would encourage that person to mention you by first and last name. You may want to include your teacher link that you pull up, and I would follow it up with an email from me. So far, everybody that I've referred, I've yet to receive the money reimbursement yet for a variety of reasons. So I'm hoping that Outschool will clean that up about an easier way to move through the process.
Right. So I think she's talking about the credits that you earn, like when you say, try Outschool for the first time and you get credits. For me, I haven't been able to use any of mine because my kids are grown and can't take classes. I think that's
Yeah, she's talking about getting credits for her kids' classes. So either the first time,
I've got it.
Someone
Okay. Sorry, somebody cut me off. When
but that was
when I go off the rails
That's
here.
a good thing too.
Great
That is
information.
absolutely how it is. Because I had the person that referred, I used their code. I had to go back and send a couple emails. I had to ask the person, did you get the credit? Yeah, so I knew that would be the same for me if that happened.
Yeah. Julie, I think nobody cut you off because that was great information. Because I know Kelly had the same, Kelly had the same issue before when she was referring someone.
Yes. I mean, I know we're getting off topic, but yes, that's such a problem at Outschool that there are a lot of teachers that just stop referring. So yes.
I have the opposite problem. I've referred so many parents and teachers, and nobody has even redeemed the $20 credits. So I can't redeem them to my daughter who takes all these classes. So I don't know how that works. I would love to have some of these credits because she takes classes all the time. And then I could do some of the, the higher end classes where right now we're going to the discounted classes. But all my friends, they sign up and then they don't do anything. I'm like, you got to take a class. It's free. Just take a class. So
and I think they expire.
1 month. Yeah.
So 1 month.
Oh, 1 month.
The link. Yeah. The day you click the link is day one. And they do, at least when I did it, I saw the I clicked it and then I forgot that I clicked it. It said account. And I looked at the email going 30 days. Oh, that's next week. Okay. We're taking a class like now. And so that got me kickstarted, into teaching on Outschool as well. But I'm like, I don't want to lose $20. And I bet you most of my referrals have already lost their thing. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think once they take their class, then there's a countdown for me to sign my kid up for the $20. I think I might have like a 30-day window as well. So we have to kind of just keep it going.
Wow. Interesting. We'll have to look into that one for another collab. That's a good idea. And Rebekah, you totally look like your dad for a second there. I just had to throw that out there. When she gets big and everything, she looks just like her dad. Okay, so let's get with the topic today. And Danny did a good segue for me. She said, Happy Lunar New Year. Also, I teach all ongoing classes. So I just started my first ongoing class not too long ago, luckily with Kelly tagging me in a post. So how many of you teach ongoing classes? Yeah. Oh, all of us. Excellent.
Wow.
Excellent. Good. So anyone want to talk about what an ongoing class is? And then I figured maybe Kelly could get us started with the changes.
Well, I can say an ongoing class is a class that you do at least 2 times a week, if I'm understanding correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You do once a week.
Oh, once. Okay.
Paige does once every other week. She has to have a consistent schedule.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
It's kind of like a subscription. Like some of us get subscription boxes sent to our home. You are getting a subscription to this class, and you just keep taking it and taking it and taking it until you stop your subscription.
Excellent. Anything we need to add to that, do you think?
So every Sunday, the parents are going to get an email saying you're now be reconfirmed into the class. And so you pay every Sunday for the class that happens that week, for the whole week. So in Mindy's case, who does 2 classes a week, it's the combined total of both of her classes that we get charged. My classes are once a week, and so it's for that. So make sure when you make your ongoing classes, you charge per week, not per class, because that makes a huge difference. And so then they are paid for that whole week. And then whenever they want to unsubscribe, they have to go in and actually unsubscribe, saying, I don't want to take this class anymore for whatever reason, schedule conflict. I tried it out. I don't like it, whatever the reason is. Then they won't get charged again. But it's great for people like me who I just want the consistent schedule as a parent. And I know that every Sunday I'm going to be charged $5 for this class that's coming up this week, or $2 for this class coming this week. And then I don't have to think about it. I only have to think about it if I want to get out. But otherwise, it's automatic, which I love that part.
Yeah. And can I add?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say it also does not build on something. So if you want, if they have to have one class and then the next class, they need to know the information from the last class, that's a multi-day class. So ongoing classes, they can jump in, they can jump out. So it's almost like a series of one-time classes. I do a lot of book classes, so it's really no big deal if they come in when we're on book 5 or book 10, because then we go back to book 1 when we're done with the series anyway. And it doesn't matter if they, what order.
Can we take a quick minute to shout out your class? What is your ongoing classes? Sorry, Mindy.
Well, I just had a funny story related to what Rebekah said. So when I made my very first ongoing class, I didn't realize you're putting the price in per week, not per class. So I only charge $5 for my ongoing class. Well, they were meeting twice. So that was $2.50 per class. So Rebekah had messaged me and she's like, Mindy, that's way too cheap. You need to raise your price. Of course, I had like 9 students in it, so it was great. But I said, yes, I'm just waiting to end this class. And then when I started up again, which I do not recommend to anyone, don't ever end your ongoing class because you lose all your learners. Yes, don't do that. And then Rebekah told me, but Mindy, you can change the price now, and then all new enrollers will be paying that higher price. So it takes a village of friends to help us get through all the ins and outs on Outschool. So thank you, Rebekah.
You're welcome.
Oh, all my friends that I go to for help.
Right, yeah. And in case you're wondering, if you have people who are in there from the beginning, they're still grandfathered into that old price. So you don't have to worry about, I'm overcharging my parents, I'm going to surprise them with a price increase. No, they always pay that original lower price, but the new people come in not knowing about that older price, and they pay the newer price. Now, if the student drops the class and then a month later wants to come back in, they pay the new price.
Okay.
They have lost the privilege of keeping that older price. And so you just have to warn them, you can drop out, but you do have to pay the next price. And that goes in the tricky issue of, what if they miss a week? What do? Do they still pay for that week? Do his teachers refund them that week, even though they're taking up a spot? And so it depends per teacher what they want to do. But I think of it as like Netflix. You're paying for the whole month, whether you use it or not, you're paying for the month. And so here they're paying for the week. And if they miss the class, okay, they're out that money, but they chose to miss it for whatever reason there is. And they just have to kind of, okay, we're going to lose that. But most of them are recorded. They're all recorded, actually.
That's
so true. You can watch the recording. And sometimes the teachers hide the recording. Just ask for it. Say, hey, can I view the recording? We missed it. We were out of town. We'd like to still do the activity. Can we watch the recording? Sure. So you're paying for the recording. And it's not the same, but it's as close as we can get.
That's interesting. I didn't think about sending them the recording.
Yeah, well, you don't just send it. It's in their classroom, and they can just either view it, or if it's a hidden one, it'll say request to view. And I've done that before. We missed a science class, and I'm like, can we watch this one because we missed it? She's like, oh yeah, go for it. And so she unhid it. And when you go in to view the recording, you have to agree never to share the recording with anybody else. It's just for that teacher and those specific students only. End of story. And so it's nice keeping that privacy closed.
Excellent.
if for them to watch the video, because like I do knitting, so I'll be like, you can go back and watch the video. I have to unlock it.
Well, it depends on how it's set up. Like mine are automatically viewable. I don't have mine hidden. I think the default is viewable. If you go into your teacher classroom, it'll say view the recording, and so you can see if it's viewable or if it's hidden. But the default is viewable.
Okay, because I assumed that they could, and because for something like knitting, I'm like, you can just go to this one part and you can watch it, rewatch it, rewind it, put it on slow, whatever.
But just as a heads up, when you watch the recording, it shows one screen at a time. So it's not going to show all of us in a grid format like this. It's going to show whoever's spotlighted or whoever's talking. So make sure that when you are actually in the class, you spotlight what needs to be spotlit, or you allow the people to speak who wants to speak so that it can bounce around, because recording only shows one person at a time.
Okay.
That's kind of the way Zoom is.
Yeah.
When you do playback, yeah. Interesting. Great. So
just keep that in mind.
Yeah, we talked about ongoing classes not needing to be they can change.
Built upon.
Right. Built upon. There you go. So what are your classes? Mine is a handwriting class, so I don't start A, B, C. They're not in order, but I do have like chunks. So this is going to be frog jump capitals. The next one is starting corner letters, things like that, but they can jump in at any time. So how about you guys? Anybody?
Mine are just, I'm doing math and I'm at the beginning. So I'm thinking that, we're just going to be, right now I'm just doing first grade math. So we're doing combinations. So I'm doing like 1s and 2s and 3s. So in a way it's kind of building, but if somebody jumped in, they can still add and I can still show them and they can still play the games and things like that. And then I also do knitting. And what I do with knitting is, because I've had classes where somebody comes in, they don't even know how to do a slip knot or anything. So if somebody new comes into the class, I have a couple videos already made that I send them and I say, if you're new, watch these 2 videos before class. And then that way, when they get to class, they're not like starting at 0. They know a little bit, and then I can help them if they need help still. So that's how I do the knitting. And then it's mostly just like one class we are making a hat, but if somebody comes in and they're not making a hat or they're making something else or they're just starting, we can have different levels within the same group. Yeah. So that's how I'm doing it.
Look at these mini cameras, Cindy.
I know.
I like that idea. So we do that.
I will say I had a bread making class, and right before the class, this girl signs up. And we were doing cinnamon rolls, and the second week you had to already have your bread mixed up because we were just going to roll it out. So you had to have it mixed up, risen, which takes about an hour. And then we were going to roll them out. So what I had to do, I had 2 students. So one student rolled out the cinnamon rolls and kind of demonstrated all of that. The other student made the bread. So if I wasn't experienced, it would have been a little hairy. But because I've done all of this before, I knew what I was doing. I'm a multitasker. It worked out. And the student was amazing. Like they both were amazing. So it worked out. But if I hadn't had all that experience, and if I had not been able to pivot or, adjust, because it was like right before the class, the girl signed up. I had no I'm like, oh, I have another student. Oh, this is great. What am I going to do now? So I had to go get more ingredients and make another plan and do 2 lessons basically at once. So, but it went well.
Excellent. Who else didn't? I don't think anybody else. Mindy?
So I have a brain break class as my ongoing class. So it's just kind of a fun little recess class, take a break from learning. We play like Pictionary or charades or scavenger hunt, and the kids actually choose what they want to play that day. And we maybe play one game for 5 or 10 minutes, and the next student chooses what they want to play, and we just keep switching it up. And now it is $4 a class instead of $2.50.
Which is still a really good deal.
It's very cheap. It's only 30 minutes, but I price it so cheap because I have no planning for it at all. I
Right.
just hop on, what do you want to play? And we play and have fun. And it's just as much of a break for me as it is for them. So it's super easy.
Good.
So $4, I figured,
Mm-hmm.
So
Excellent.
how many students do you have in that class altogether?
Right now, I have 3 students
Okay.
only, which is not very many. But at one point, when it was only $2.50 a class, I would have like 8, 9 students. So I'm just waiting and hoping like the momentum will increase and the kids will sign up more again.
What age is that for, Mindy?
Oh, let me look real quick. I just pulled it up on my phone. I'm pretty flexible on I have age 6 to 11, but I should change that because I know I have one that's like 4 or 5 years old in it. I have 2 that are like 4 or 5. So
Yeah.
maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to adjust the age and I can get more to sign
Or maybe
up.
it's too wide, because if you're a 6-year-old asking the same questions as an 11-year-old, it was like a brain thing. The 11-year-old's either bored or it's too above the 6-year-old level.
Well, it's really weird because I have 2 girls that are like 4 or 5-year-olds and maybe 5. And then I have a 10-year-old boy. And when he joined, I was like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. But the 3 of them, like he puts up with like they love the Google Slide unicorn reward, build a unicorn. We do that for a couple minutes. And he puts up with their girly stuff and they put up with his like, I want to talk about Mario Brothers and gaming kind of stuff. And you would not think that group would gel, and they all like each other and get along fine. Kind of weird. Yeah.
Cute. That's so cute. Kids are awesome.
Julie.
I teach, my ongoing classes are, well, let me start with my multi-day and I'll explain why. My older classes, 9 to 12, and 10 to 14 and 14 to 18 public speaking skills are multi-day. Those 2-day classes, first day we teach a skill, and then on the second day they practice the speech. My ongoing public speaking classes are only once a week. They are less structured, even though we use an outline. A kid can pop in at any time. My ongoing classes, as I said, are once a week, especially with my younger children. I just started 6 through 9, which is really a learning experience, but it's a lot of fun too. I'm used to older kids, so having that kind of spontaneity and interest has been a lot of fun. I also have a Julie's Fun and Awesome homeroom that I started for 9 to 12 years old, and I've had a big request to have a homeroom for 14 to 18. Wow. So, yeah, I didn't know until Rebekah said that if somebody, I had a special once for join the homeroom for $1. And some of the steady kids that are still in that ongoing class that signed up for $1 are still enrolled. They come back every week for $1. But she is such a great participant and she stirs up so much conversation, and it's payback. I'm just thank you for all you add to the class. So, but I didn't know that, Rebekah. So these conversations are really helpful. I learned something every time.
Yeah.
Good.
Me too. Kelly, did you talk about yours?
I didn't yet. So I have Owl Diaries. I have Dogman and Captain Underpants, which I'm about to split that class into 2. I'll create. And then I have Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And those are the 3 main ongoing classes that I have.
Great. Very good. So, Julie,
my turn.
What's that?
Rebekah.
I have a question. Oh, Rebekah. Yeah, Rebekah, go.
She didn't get to go yet.
Yeah, I was just going to ask a question, but that's okay. Go ahead, Rebekah.
Okay, sorry. I teach math games for K1, so like 4 to 6-year-olds. We play a new math game every week. So they don't build on each other, but it does the basic math facts of what you would learn in kindergarten. We now have 10 games we cycle through. We used to have 5, and then when January came on, I added 5 more. And then I just started a new one with science experiments, and I have 20 different science experiments. So every week is a brand new one. all mine are once a week classes. And now I have 6 sections of each class. And they're all pretty well full. My math games have a max of 6 kids, so they have time to take turns. And my science experiments that we're all doing at the same time, I've got max of 9 or 10 in each class. And I'm able to kind of spotlight people as they want to show off their finished project.
I have something to add that's a little off the track, but I'll try to keep it on the track. Rebekah had shared something to celebrate, if you don't mind me, I hope this is okay to say, something to celebrate some of the profit that she earned. And I thought that was so exciting. Mine was similar, but my point is she has she had less classes but the same number of students, and which leading me to believe that this is the quandary of less classes, lots more students, so lots more money because and I'm noticing a direct relationship with the number of classes that fill up that are below the age of 10. And the classes that I have that are above the age of 10. I get a lot of requests for public speaking classes for ages 10 and over, but oftentimes those have 2 students in the class. And so it's a choice. What do you teach? Your age group and passion, or follow the money trail? Ugh, that's a tough choice.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I have noticed my one-time classes are not booking as well. They only have like 1 or 2 people each. It's my ongoing that is keeping me steady. I have like one class that's actually one-time class is actually booking pretty well, but a lot of them since Christmas break have just been very slow.
Yeah,
So it comes and goes.
I'm really curious to figure out what's going to happen this summer. Like if we're going to have academic classes keep getting such good momentum, or if we're going to keep need to do our fun classes again, you know?
I'm going to just try different things, see what works.
I'm going to take I started a 3-day speech competition with ages 10 to 14 and ages 14 to 18, where one day is introducing the topic and how do you develop it. Second day is practice. Third day is the competition itself. And I'm thinking about doing that as a camp this summer, a 3-day camp, because I saw last summer those seemed to be really successful.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I haven't tried any camps or anything yet, but I'm fairly, well, I don't know if I'm considered new anymore, but still learning. So let's talk really quick for those of you that are here about the changes to the ongoing classes. And Kelly did a great video on this. So Kelly, you want to start us off with one of the exciting changes that you found out about?
Yeah, so now they're counting every single class you do of an ongoing class as 1. So and each student that comes to the ongoing class is 1 completed learner. So before, if you had an ongoing class and the same students and never ended the class and had the same students, you look like you had a low class rating and a low student rating, even though you didn't, even though you taught a lot of classes per week. So now every time you teach a class of the ongoing class, it counts as 1. So if I do once a week classes every week, that's 1 class that gets added. Whereas before, until you ended, it didn't count as a one-time class until then. And for students, it wouldn't count as a student completing the class unless you ended it or they unenrolled. So if you were a successful ongoing teacher, it actually looked really bad for your stats, which isn't fair. Yeah, so they've changed that, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Now, did you ever go back and look to see if it was retroactive? I know in your video you mentioned that.
I did.
Yeah,
I looked at my 2 classes and I'm like, okay, I went from 5 complete learners to 40. I'm like, cool.
Oh,
okay. So it shows that I've taught 40 unique children in this in the math class or the science class. And so I can, can track instead of only doing the people who have unsubscribed or have finished the unit, I can do the current people, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It shows how much how popular my classes are. So when I go and enroll my daughter, I can see, okay, this is not a brand new class. She's actually been doing this for a while. She knows what she's doing in this class. This is good.
I need to look mine up now.
And also reviews was another thing. So before, they weren't allowed to leave a review till they'd taken 3 of your ongoing classes, or 3 of the classes in that section. And now they can leave a review after the first time, which I don't know, can be good or bad, depending how you look at it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They'll still be reminded after the 3rd time, saying an email, hey, you've taken this class a couple of times. Would you like to leave a review for the teacher? And so you'll also get the review, the email, but it will be in their classroom right from the get-go, leave a review. Before, they had to find a back way through transcripts and then leave a review that way. Here, it's right there in their face, which is nice.
So we're probably more likely to get some reviews then. Excellent. Good. I have all my notes in front of me here. So has anybody else checked? Yeah, Cindy?
I was just going to say that part of the booking issue, I think, is that a lot of people don't know about the platform. So I think we all need to, not just in Facebook groups, but maybe YouTube channels, and somehow we have to get the word out that, you know, there are good teachers and what they teach and that kind of thing. I was thinking of putting that on my website, like for like, these are the teachers I recommend, these are the classes, because I just feel like people, when they see an ad go by, it has to go by quite a few times before they're actually going to act on it.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. I think a lot of people just really, like, we know about it because we do it. We know the whole thing. We think it's great. We know the teachers, but a lot of people are a little leery. A lot of people are leery of Zoom these days, and
They should be.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we talk about it every day, right, Cindy?
Yeah.
We live it and chat about it every day. Yeah, you're right, though. Not a lot of people have heard of it. I was surprised. Well, I hadn't heard about it until Kelly and Rebekah, until you guys got started with Outschool. That was the first time I had ever really heard about it.
And just in this video, whoever's watching this video, my daughter's looking for someone who teaches violin, entry level, like not too expensive, because a lot of the teacher, I'm like, if there's somebody new, you know, somebody wants to just really, like Mindy, you know, $2.50 would be good. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, a lot of the professional teachers, I understand they want to get paid a lot, but there might be some people that, you know, maybe they're just starting out and they want a lower price to start with, because these are little kids. When I first started, my daughter learned from a girl who charged $4 for a half hour. She was a young teenager, just her first year of teaching violin. And my daughter has done violin for the next, you know, she still plays the violin. So, it's, you know, if anybody knows anybody who's doing entry level, just let me know.
Yeah, like Kelly mentioned in our chat, maybe put that on the free and discounted group. So for those that don't know, that are watching this channel, Kelly had made a free and discounted Facebook group for Outschool, and it's been really popular. You can go on there as a teacher. You can post a free or a discounted class to get your business started. Or
it's a great idea.
Or for parents, you can go on there and look for a class for your child.
Because like you could just write, Cindy, anyone have a violin?
I thought I put an ad in there and it got taken out, but maybe it was the wrong group.
But if you offer a discounted class for a short period of time, and I would suggest do it a short period of time, go back, make a note of the day that sale price ends, and then go back and change it. My $1 kids ended up, I had a whole herd of them because I forgot I had a $1 weekend special and forgot to change it. So
that's where a lot of people in the ongoing classes, they say, I'm going to give you a 50% discount. So the parents pay the full price and then you change it for the first week only.
Yeah.
That way they're still locked into the higher price, but you give them a discount for trying out the class. With a one-time class, sure, discount the whole class, have them pay just the $1. With ongoing, you do risk that the levels of pay with the different students that you have in there.
Right. Mine was an ongoing class,
all
just
learn.
like Rebekah said. I know.
all
That's
learn.
why I follow you, Rebekah. I troll
I make
you.
mistakes too. I make mistakes too.
I troll all of you.
But I do like the idea of doing the one-time classes for like $1 or $2 so the parents don't have to worry about the refund and just say, okay, this weekend, this class is this discount. And as a parent, I like that because I can just pay that price. But I also don't mind as a parent to pay the full price and then give the automatic refund of half of it or something. It all works out in the bank account anyway.
Right.
One thing I want to add to my ongoing classes, which I keep forgetting to, is in the description, explain to the parents how ongoing classes work. You're paying weekly. You can unsubscribe when you want to leave.
That's a good idea.
There's no refunds. Just like lay out your policy right there in the description, because when I was a first-time parent here, I did not know the difference between a one-time and ongoing. And so we would try some of the ongoing classes out, and then we would say, we tried it out as one-time class and we left. And we just told the teacher that we use it as a one-time class. And like, oh yeah, no worry, that's fine. And some we stuck around with, but we didn't realize that every Sunday we'd be charged for the next week.
Oh.
So it might be nice to kind of put that in there so these brand new parents know what's happening.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to do that though.
Yeah. In the newsletter, so thankfully Rebekah's great at reminding us, hey, there's a town hall, hey, there's a newsletter. So in the newsletter, they did want everyone to know that ongoing class payments, the team is actively working to make this process faster. So I guess there had been some issues with that previously, and they just said, thanks for your patience. If it has been more than a day since you expected payment, please reach out to us by clicking help anywhere on the website. So yeah, Kelly.
Oh, okay. So I just want to say each teacher can choose their own refund policy. So I was just going to share my personal one. You don't have to do it my way. I'm just sharing because everyone can do it differently. For my ongoing classes, I give everyone a one-time grace period. So if they need whatever, if they're going on vacation or need to miss once, I will refund your money. And then after that, they could watch the recording or unsubscribe. And I think personally, I'm probably going to let it renew in the summer because everyone goes on vacation. So if they've been in my classes for months and months, then in the summer, I'll say, okay, I'll give you one free this summer. So just letting people know you can choose your own as a teacher, but that's mine just to give you ideas. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea too. And we're independent contractors, so you're right. We can make our own policies. I never even thought to put a policy in place. But I only have one student in my ongoing class. I made it private just so I could practice and learn. So let's see.
Well, Kasey, when you're developing your class, there's like 3 choices for your policy that you pick at the bottom. Yeah, so you're picking the Outschool policy, but then you can tweak it the way Kelly did, or the way, Rebekah does, or whatever, to suit your own independent contractor business.
Yeah, excellent. Well, does anyone else have anything to add? I'm looking over my notes, and the main things were pretty much what we hit already. I think that's it. Ongoing classes. They're what's trending right now. So, well, thank you, everyone. This is a great discussion today, and I love looking at all the backgrounds. I keep scanning everybody's backgrounds. Super fun. And Julie, your background looks so neat and clean. It looks virtual, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh, bless your heart. Actually, I meant thank goodness for Manicam in the virtual world. Teacher Morgan Brown one day, I live in Kansas City. She doesn't live it was about 200-mile drive. I finally just contacted her through a Facebook group and said, I'm coming to a hotel near you. Can we meet for coffee? And can you explain to me? I got to see how this works. And just like Zoom is used for teaching online instruction, we did a follow-up where she was navigating me around ManyCam.
Excellent.
Wow.
I don't use all the Google slides because I just don't have time to sit down and learn it, but I
Right.
do have the time to learn how to do the virtual backgrounds and some of the tools that I can use for doing online rewards and whatever, and kids think you're amazing. The best thing about ManyCam is I was down in the basement with 500,000 props, and there was no light. It was dark, it was musty, and now I'm in my home office upstairs. And the great thing about ManyCam is it gets us, or any kind of virtual programming that we use, gets us into a place where there's light, and it's so much healthier.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming and being on the panel today. And thank you for the chat. It was great to see everybody. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Kasey.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
You're
Thank
smiling.
you.
Cindy.
Focus.
Goodbye.
Bye.